Self-expression. Whoa. I have such a mix of emotions happening right now that it is like whiplash. I woke up feeling, well, first I woke up feeling a lot of love and a little ungrounded, and trying to bring that back into myself and reminding myself that whatever is happening, whatever is being felt is okay. Then there was this sort of rise of anxiety, and then I fell back asleep, and I had an experience I haven't in a while, which I don't know what to call. It's sort of a sleep paralysis, sleep inertia thing. I have narcolepsy, but I fall into a dream cycle where I keep dreaming that I'm trying to wake up, and then in the dream I'm struggling to wake up, and I do, but I keep falling back asleep, and the whole time I'm actually asleep. I just am dreaming that I'm waking up and falling asleep and waking up and falling asleep and trying to get myself up, and it feels so trapped. It's just this loop that it's icky, and it fucks with my head. And then when I finally did wake up, and it was 2 hours later, I was in that for roughly 2 hours, I just felt awful. And I mean, like, emotionally awful. Something hit me that was just like, I'm the worst person. That just came. I just felt like the worst fucking person. That's deep in there. It came out of left field. I mean, certainly there were thoughts and emotions and a lot of judgment taking place, but that was a big judgment. I mean, that's an extreme, right? And that was the feeling of just, like the lowest of low feeling of just, I am an utter piece of shit. That was the thought. That was the feeling. Just, and I am trying to just accept and invite this. And I had been feeling it, and I was gonna sit down and record this, and then a friend called, and that happened, which was good. We're gonna go to Guitar Center, but until that moment, I just felt incapable of anything. I just felt utterly incapable of existing, of processing, of being, of just, like, I should just not be here. So suddenly. It feels like these things really rise with intensity after a powerful positive experience, which I had yesterday. And then just now, sitting down to record this, I had a thought of the incredible woman that I spent yesterday with, and just hearing her words in my head, and that and then I felt happy and giddy and excited, and it's just, where am I? What is happening? And I know that's me. That's a true feeling and response, and all of this other stuff evoked by thoughts, those are not even my thoughts. There's a big streak of pain body, whatever the fuck, this egregore, this entity, this deep, dark, depressive entity. And I'm not shaming it, I'm just describing it. That spent a lot of time in that place. That feels like more than me. That feels like I'm familiar with it, certainly, but the way that it came on so powerfully, so suddenly, like it just stepped through the door And I mean, I know I got shit to process. There are all kinds of parts of me that I have been examining. There will only be more parts that come up for me to examine and explore, and there are definitely things that have been judged internally and that I have had the experience of feeling shame that ego is judging, because again, it's not the soul, it's not even me, not this core me that judges any of this stuff. It's all the mind. All of it is divine, all of it is a part of self, all of it is an expression of that self, that same singular, wholly divine, wholly deserving, holy being. All of those things right now, all of those things with those components included, not removed, not at some future state where, oh, it's all gone and it's all fixed and we're healed and the healing ends. No, this is the healing self, and it's the healing self that is continuously integrating more of it. It never stops. So it's never really broken. It is never not broken. Akilandeshvari, thank you. The appreciation and the power of that, of being never not broken, of being continuously in progress, in process, continuously evolving and shifting and reinventing, continuously dropping off these pieces and taking on new ones. Continuously finding those dark spots inside and just holding them in the light of consciousness, the light of love, the light of acceptance, that I see this is here and it's okay, it's allowed. I don't even know now where I'm going with this, or if it's anywhere. There's a deep judgment. Oh, hang on, there's a trail of it. Things shouldn't be this easy. There it is. It's a feeling, it's such a feeling of guilt that says things shouldn't work. They're not supposed to just work. Ah, that's a tricky fucking thought. It shouldn't be this easy. Stemming back to that whole proof of worthiness, I should have to prove it, I should have to suffer. Not believing in the radical worthiness, that it is supposed to be this easy, that it not only can be, not only is allowed to be, but that it's meant to be. It is meant to be this easy. Oh, that hit right here, between the heart and the solar plexus, kind of. Yes, it is. There is plenty of contrast. We ask for plenty of contrast. There is plenty of it. We don't need to make it a challenge. We don't need to make it harder. It is an ego-driven thing to say, well, if there's not pain, if I'm not suffering and struggling, then somehow it's not right. Oh, that is a whole identity. Somehow it's not right. If I'm not struggling, if I'm not in pain, if this isn't hard, if this doesn't suck, then it can't be right. Then something must be wrong. Too good to be true. Then it can't be true. Something collapses. It doesn't last. It's a facade. The bubble bursts. It's all of that stuff. Ooh. It's like a punch to the gut. All of that is a mental position. First of all of those thoughts are a mental position, a standpoint, ground that ego is holding. It's created an identity there. Sort of a things don't work out identity based on that theme. The too good to be true theme. This is the realistic, practical, rational, science-minded identity. Nothing against science. I love science. This is a lot of for science. But yeah, holy shit. There is a whole identity there. That has all of these thoughts as a part of it. It's a thought form. That's what ego essentially is. That's what egregores are. It's this collective thought form that has previously possessed essentially this body and convinced myself, my consciousness, that it was me. Because it's sharing this space. Isn't that such a wild thing? To have a voice in your head saying, yeah, I'm you. This is your voice. We hate everything. It's just like this, like a little bug implanted. And because it's coming through your head, it seems like you. Because it's inhabiting this same space, it's like, oh, well, is that me too? It's a part of self, but it's not me. That's not my voice. I'm aware this sounds crazy because it is crazy. The other kind of crazy. The kind of... because I like crazy, but yeah, I'm crazy enough to say, hey, this voice in my head that says it's me is not me. This voice that is speaking and creating emotional sensation in the body, because the body is just reacting as it does. The body hears the thoughts and has a response to them, because for a brief moment I believed it. For a brief moment that was taken on as reality, as truth, and the body responded to that with tension, with anxiety, with shame, which I do feel that. Because there's other components of this floating around. But that one underneath, that's not me. So now it's a matter of looking at it without judging it. Because there's this, and I have to acknowledge this other visceral reaction happening inside that is, get the fuck away. Get the fuck out of my head, man. That's, I ain't about that shit. That's another component too. And you know what? I kind of like the anger, actually. The anger feels kind of good to stand up. I'm going with it. I'm just going with it to say, that is not my shit. That is your shit. And it's fine, but it's not mine. And I'm not going to take on that projection. I'm not going to allow that into my space. Because I don't want to. Because I don't resonate. Because I don't vibe with it. And if you want to feel that, by all means feel that. If that feels good to you, then go feel it. And there is an acceptance there. I'm not even judging you for this. I'm not judging you for feeling this. You're allowed to feel this. But it's not me and it's not mine. And I'm not going to allow the projection of your feeling onto me. That's not how this works. I'm not going to take on your shit. Your wants, because that can be a want. It's almost like speaking to a person. It is very much like speaking to a person. And protecting the energetic boundaries of emotional space. Of I'm not picking up what you're putting down. Because I don't want it. And I don't have to. And I do what I want. And you're allowed to do that. If that is what you want, then feel free. But I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible for your feelings. I'm not responsible for what you want. That's all you. And I don't have to play nice. I don't have to pretend that I agree. I don't have to pretend that I share this. I don't. And that's okay. That is totally okay. It's not a reflection of anything. No one is lesser or more. It's just what it is. This is you, your feeling, your shit, your wants. Go for it. It's not me, and I'm not gonna allow it to be cast over me. I let it through. I let it around. I know myself and my space. I know my heart and my desire. It's mine. That's yours. Let it be yours. I'm letting it be yours. I'm letting it be yours. It does feel like that righteous... Ooh, yeah, I'm onto something here. I just felt a little activation in the root sacral area. It's that righteous, fierce, feminine energy saying, step off, man. Step off my shit. Go do you. I ain't you. Yeah, that feels good. That feels really good. I'm feeling more and more. Oh, how long I've let that happen too. How many people I've let tell me how I feel. And here is this entity. It's the same situation. It feels the same. Doing that. Trying to tell me, here's what you think. Here's how you feel. No, I don't. Because you're not me. You're not. That is not my thought. That is not my feeling. And I'm not going to lay down and just cave and say, oh, you know better. No, not anymore. I'm not. Not without and not within. This is setting boundaries, setting energetic boundaries, maintaining those boundaries. It's not an aggression. It's not a pushing back against. It's a just, I hold this. I hold this. I hold myself. I hold my space. And if anything tries to encroach upon it, I hold it. I hold the line. And by surrendering to the existence, by allowing the approach, and by holding the line, actually, I become this fluid thing where it just flows around. It is a stalwart non-resistance. I don't know how to... Standing up for the self by knowing my space, by knowing myself and my boundaries, by knowing what I am, what I feel, and what I don't. And this helps clarify what I feel, and I'm grateful for that. I have a chance now to say, oh no, that's definitely not me. And because that's definitely not me, and I see that so clearly, I know more what definitely is me. That becomes more defined. So thank you for that. And don't change. Keep being you. Keep doing you, boo. Want what you want. Want these things that are so far from what I want. That's incredible. That is awesome. Go you. Want and feel all of those fucking things. They're not mine. And I don't allow them to be projected on me. I know that they're not mine. So they just flow around. I hold this space. I am setting energetic boundaries. That is feminine. I mean, supported by masculine, but that's feminine energy of having strong boundaries. The strong accepting kind of boundaries, yeah. That aren't asking anyone to change, but they're not changing. I'm not asking you to change and I'm not changing. Whatever you're asking, whatever you're projecting upon me, doesn't work. Bounces right off, flows right around. Doesn't touch me. Ooh. I've only ever felt this and done this in external situations. I've never applied this internally, and it feels profound. To actually make a stand. To look it in the eye and say no. Actually, no. Had just everything is coming full circle. This was the experience I had when this started last year, and I felt a connection to Thunderbird and to Ma Durga. Yeah, it's time to do that. It's time to enforce those boundaries within. Durga is the demon slayer. Cuts out deception and illusion. Cuts it away. Fierce. Fierce energy. She rode a tiger? I can't remember. Now I gotta look into that again. Okay. Well, it is time to apply this practice of setting energetic boundaries, the awareness of self by the awareness of what is not, and letting it be not, acknowledging that it's not, feeling the full force of that notness. Because yes, at the higher level, all inclusively, this is self playing a role, but it's self playing a role of not self in order for self to discover more of what is self. And I see that, but it has to be not self. That's the role. That has to be acknowledged. Letting contrast be contrast. Letting there be that wall where I feel, oh, this is not, no. This is not me. It's allowed to be, but I know by the way it feels. It feels off. It feels wrong, and not wrong in the sense of it's bad. It's just not, doesn't jive. That's the wrong. It doesn't fit. And I trust that. This is honing my discernment, the sword of truth. And by the sharpening of this awareness, this focus, I can stand with fierceness in my own energetic field, in my own space, in myself, and say, you don't touch me. You're not me. And all of these projections, all of these arrows that you're trying to grab me with, all of these hooks, it doesn't work. I don't accept them. I don't permit them. And I do that by my awareness, my conscious, deliberate, focused awareness that I don't take on projection. This isn't me. It's allowed to be, but it flows around. All of the arrows pass through me. Nothing sticks. There's nothing to dig into. I am untouchable. And it started with that, it's a fierceness. It is absolutely a severity that escalates to varying degrees, but it's just a no. It is an empowered no. Learning how to use that. Because the more empowered the no, the more empowered the yes. They work in tandem, in balance. It's the hell yes or the hell no. Yeah, it's time to get to that. It's a, I love you, but hell no. Hell no, that ain't my shit. Hell no, that's not me. Hell no, that's not what I want or think or feel. That's all you, man. That is all you. Go do you. And the more I feel that, the more fuck yes I feel about this. The more confident and secure I feel in my being, in my awareness of self, in what I know and feel to be true. It's still testing. It's still pushing. This is going to be a practice. This is the practice. Continuously becoming aware, more and more aware. But yeah, you're allowed to feel that. Entity, ego, pain body. Thank you for being you. Thank you for having your own preferences. Thank you for liking Rocky Road. Somebody's gotta, and it's not me. But I'm not gonna be convinced. All of this propaganda, your marketing campaign for Rocky Road and why I like it, not just why I should, but it's, no, you love it. No, you love Rocky Road. Rocky Road's the best. No, man, I don't. I just don't. That's not me. And no matter how much you try to tell me, that's not me. I like mint chocolate chip, baby. Ooh, and coffee ice cream. Butter pecan. Those are probably my top 3. That's it. Okay. Well, that was fun. Shakti energy. Time for it to come through big time. Kunta Shakti Parthasarthi. We're channeling that, we're invoking that. So yeah, I don't know, try that out. Set those energetic boundaries within, with some ferocity. Standing up and saying, I'm tired of believing this. I let myself believe this, and I'm not anymore. That is your shit, and you are allowed your experience. And I allow you your experience by maintaining mine. That I am not responsible for that. I'm not involved with that. That's all you. So I'm gonna let it be all you, and I be all me. All of this goodness. Which, yeah, it's all me. And there's all kinds of crunchy stuff. But I know my crunchy stuff, and I love it. This is, I mean, I love this. I love what you got going for you. Keep rocking that. The more you rock that, the more I can rock this. The more freedom and space I have in this to be myself. Myself. Which everything works out for. Which everything is just easy. Because it's deserved. Because I believe it. I trust it. Because that feels right. Because it's evidenced everywhere in nature. There's no struggle. I mean, there's physical wrestling, perhaps. It's not struggle. It's natural. There's no strife there. There's no worry and stress in nature. It's all just happening. It's all taken care of. There's no animals worried about what they're gonna do. No, they're just there in the moment. Knowing it's all taken care of. Knowing it all just works out. And whenever there's even a transition, it's because they're done with that life. They're done with that form. Tired of being a squirrel, I'm gonna get eaten today. Whether or not anyone believes that, that is how it works. Tired of being this. Gonna go be something else now. Or desiring contrasts, other experiences. This is all the evolution of soul and self and consciousness. And all of it is right. And this is right. This is perfectly right for me to have this experience of feeling this and facing this within myself. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I am grateful for it. This lesson in setting boundaries and enforcing those energetic boundaries, not just without, but within. Chance to witness a part of self. And accept it without taking it on. I accept this without taking this burden on. Because I don't got to do that. Because that's not the way it works. I get to be me. purely. And I got to feel fucking good. Yeah, I do. And I accept that that can make you feel good. That you can have pleasure derived from all of that. Yeah, that's allowed. Totally, completely allowed. Again, rocky road is not my preference. I don't derive pleasure from rocky road. It doesn't make it bad. I'm not on a campaign against it. I'm not on a campaign against this. Let it exist. Enjoy it. More butter pecan for me. I mean, great. We all win here. It is win-win. Oh. Fun. Fun times. Wild times. That's exactly how we want it. That is just how we like it. Wind in your hair, the feeling of being thrust into the great unknown, never knowing what's around the next corner, getting to find it out, feel it out, find our balance and improve it, increase it, strengthen in it by being pushed off balance. How else would we practice balance if there weren't something pushing us? So all of it is right. All of it is beautiful. There's still feelings here. There's still other stuff. There's gonna be other stuff. I know that. There's allowed to be. The more other stuff there is and the more other I let it be, the more me that I be. The more purely and certainly and determinedly and deliciously and devotedly me, myself, I become. That's what I want. That is what I want. And what I ask is given. It's already done. Magic. Oh, all right. Well, get out there and set some boundaries. Or get in there, rather. Either or. All of the above. It's all beautiful and it's all just right. Thank you for your witness. If you are one who has witnessed this, I witness you. You, the true you, the real you, the you that you know you are. I see you. I know you're not that other shit. That other shit is fine. It's fine. It is totally fine. But I know that's not you. You know you. I trust you to know you. You can trust yourself too. Have a beautiful day. I love you.